What if everything you know, everything you've experienced, is nothing more than an elaborate illusion? Imagine waking up one day to discover that your entire reality, the world around you, your memories, even your own thoughts, are all part of a sophisticated computer simulation. It sounds like science fiction, but some of the world's brightest minds are seriously considering this mind-bending possibility. Welcome to the wild world of simulation theory. The idea that we might be living in a simulated reality isn't new. It's been a staple of science fiction for decades, from The Matrix to The 13th Floor. But in recent years, this concept has moved from the realm of entertainment into serious scientific and philosophical debate. Why? Because as our own technology advances, the line between reality and simulation is becoming increasingly blurred. Let's start with the basics. Simulation theory suggests that our entire universe, including all of us, could be an advanced computer program created by a superior intelligence. This intelligence could be future humans, alien civilizations, or even artificial intelligence that has far surpassed our own capabilities. The theory posits that this advanced civilization has created our world as a kind of ancestor simulation, perhaps to study their own history, or for reasons we can't even begin to comprehend. One of the most prominent advocates of this theory is Oxford philosopher Nick Bostrom. In 2003, he published a paper arguing that at least one of these statements must be true. Civilizations usually go extinct before developing simulation technology. Advanced civilizations aren't interested in running ancestor simulations, or we are almost certainly living in a computer simulation. His logic? If it's possible to create a simulation indistinguishable from reality, and if advanced civilizations would be likely to create many such simulations, then the number of simulated realities would far outnumber the real one. But why would anyone create such an elaborate simulation? There could be countless reasons. Maybe it's a grand experiment to study the development of civilizations. Perhaps it's a form of entertainment for post-human entities, like an incredibly advanced version of The Sims. Or it could be a way for an advanced AI to test different scenarios and outcomes on a cosmic scale. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds pretty far-fetched, and you'd be right to be skeptical. After all, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So what evidence do proponents of simulation theory point to? Well, it's mostly circumstantial and open to interpretation. Some argue that the nature of our universe itself hints at its simulated nature. The fact that our universe appears to be mathematical at its core, governed by precise physical laws, could be seen as evidence of an underlying code. The existence of a universal speed limit, the speed of light, could be interpreted as a processing limitation of the system running our simulation. Others point to quirks in quantum mechanics as potential glitches in the matrix. The famous double-slit experiment, where particles behave differently when observed, could be seen as the simulation only rendering details when necessary to save processing power. Even the Planck length, the smallest possible measurable distance, could be interpreted as the pixels of our simulated reality. Some proponents of simulation theory even suggest that we might be able to detect evidence of our simulated nature. Theoretical physicist Silas Bean has proposed that we might find irregularities in cosmic rays that could indicate the lattice structure of a simulated universe. However, it's important to note that no such evidence has been found to date. But let's take a step back and consider the implications if simulation theory were true. How would it change our understanding of reality, consciousness, and free will? Would our lives and actions have any meaning if we're just part of a grand computer program? These are profound philosophical questions that have no easy answers. Some argue that even if we are in a simulation, it doesn't fundamentally change anything about our subjective experience or the meaning we derive from our lives. After all, simulated joy, love, or achievement would feel just as real to us as genuine emotions. Others suggest that living in a simulation might actually give our lives more meaning, as we could be part of a grand cosmic experiment or serving some higher purpose. But simulation theory also raises some troubling questions. If we're in a simulation, who or what is running it? Do they have the ability to intervene in our reality? Could they shut it off at any moment? And perhaps most disturbingly, are we the only conscious entities in this simulation? Or are some of the people we interact with merely non-player characters, devoid of true consciousness? It's worth noting that many scientists and philosophers remain skeptical of simulation theory. They argue that it's unfalsifiable. There's no way to definitively prove or disprove that we're in a simulation. Some critics point out that creating a simulation as complex as our universe would require computational power far beyond anything we can currently imagine. Others argue that simulation theory is a modern version of age-old philosophical debates about the nature of reality. Plato's allegory of the cave, Descartes' evil demon thought experiment, and the brain in a vat scenario all grapple with similar questions about the nature of reality and our ability to perceive it accurately. So where does this leave us? Whether we're in a simulation or not, the world around us is still filled with wonder, mystery, and endless possibilities for discovery. Perhaps the most valuable aspect of simulation theory is not its literal truth or falsity, but the questions it prompts us to ask about the nature of reality, consciousness, and our place in the universe. As we continue to push the boundaries of technology, creating increasingly sophisticated simulations and artificial intelligence, these questions will only become more relevant. Virtual and augmented reality are already blurring the lines between the digital and physical worlds. As these technologies advance, we may find ourselves creating our own simulated realities, raising new ethical and philosophical dilemmas. In the end, whether we're lines of code in a cosmic computer program or flesh and blood beings in a real universe, our experiences, our relationships, and our quest for understanding remain profoundly meaningful. So the next time you look up at the stars or ponder the mysteries of quantum mechanics or simply enjoy a beautiful sunset, take a moment to marvel at the incredible complexity of our reality, simulated or not.